Good evening. We are picking up where we left off on Monday. I have dropped the rating of the game down from 16 to 12, just because I thought that, like, the swearing was a bit gratuitous. So look you, good evening. And now I try to remember how to play this game and where I was going. Congratulations, Jake Straw, on being first. I think I was down in the mines, which I think was over here. I did also get 30, like, Unepic coin things. I forgot how to grab onto those. Luckily, I am a fox and never face consequences for my actions. A quest, you say? Oh right, I wanted to get the doll from that dog. There was also the wood for the blacksmith, but I think I got everything else already. I assume it's less that... Oh no. I assume it's less that, like, the dog barking hurts him and more that just, like, there's like a curse in the area. That was the vibe that I got anyway. Perished. Every tick of damage coincided with the bark? In that case, perhaps I need to find earmuffs. I like how there's a ladder, but they choose to, like, jump up like this. If you keep getting healed, it just means that your pain is prolonged. It's like, you're a healer, you can't kill me. No, but I can make you wish you were dying. I can make you wish you could die. This fellow looks like he probably has a quest as well. Ah, tall and strong. This man is not looking at me. I don't know who he's looking at. You are a good candidate. Candidate? For what? To save females? To save females? He mistook you as a challenge candidate. What challenge? Looks like the stronger of these elemental creatures has locked all females in his rooms. He will only give them back if somebody beats him in single combat. Stranger accepts the challenge. Okay, let's try it. Where are these females? Go through door and go down. This quest is incredibly censored, no doubt, especially since I set the rating back down to 12. And I'm dead. I kinda stopped hitting him because I thought that he wasn't hitting me. I wondered if, like, if I just stood there, he'd just start missing repeatedly. Evidently didn't play out that way. I got $14. Yeah, I don't mind R18 stuff as much, but like, Twitch has a different opinion, so... Mistakes have been made. Okay, maybe if I don't think this game has, like, a defend button or anything along those lines. Conceivably I could go learn Fireball from What's-His-Face. Because I think I do have everything but the wood, and I think I know where to get the wood. Yeah, if you want to write what the quest originally was, go for it. Like I say, just as long as it wouldn't, like, get you in trouble. Okay, so the plan this time around is to wait until he's as far left as he can be, and then to shoot him as many times as I can. Oh no, he's fed up. And he's dead. Autogun Totem. Okay, so I kissed her, I guess? Or something? I think I can see where this quest originally went. Especially since it's called A Dream Come True. Ah, and then the totem is proof. Okay, I see it. I get it. I'm pretty sure that this is actually the quest that I got warned about when I was looking up, like, whether or not this game was okay to stream. Anyway, you play champion. You shall receive the Horrigan Axe. Ooh, that one has a orange name. Requires level 3 in axe, is damage 99. That's basically double any of my other weapons. Blessed by the Wind Spirits, this weapon occasionally grants you 2 strikes with a single attack. That's really good. And now I have a reason to level something. I will take a powerful axe. Here's snakes. Those are big numbers. I have been poisoned. My health is depleting pretty aggressively. I'm probably going to die. I am absolutely going to die. Unless I do that. more barrels in here. I can get more wood from this. What I could really go for would be like a weapon with like life stealing or equivalent. I just need 4 more wood. Something where like when I deal damage I get healed. If I'm not mistaken, I should be able to do the thing now. Yeah. All arcane spellcasters must learn Fireball. It is tradition. You missed me starting this game. What am I giving you my take on it? Basically... I don't know if I really have a strong opinion on it yet. It's very intentionally trophy. Like, the premise is essentially you're a D&D player who went to use the bathroom and just out of nowhere ended up like in a D&D world, essentially. Like, the plot and the dialogue is a little bit cruder than was to my taste, but I also did tell it that I was over 16 when I initially started playing. Mechanically, it's pretty fun. I enjoy, like, going around and, like, lighting up the rooms and, like, being able to see things after doing so. It's simple, but it's fun. And I got a quest from this gigantic golden cube to bring it 20 red essence, an anvil, 30 wood, a bellows, and a blacksmith hammer, and it's going to teach me how to cast Fireball. Also, yes, main character is not like a long-time D&D player, he's like a new D&D player who's previously been a video game player, so he's got like that murder hobo mindset. Magnificent. You obtained all of the materials. Let the knowledge of the power of fire fill your consciousness. That which was once scribbled in indecipherable symbols becomes the words of true power. Fire is a very destructive power. Use it with caution. The magic of fire has been added to your character page. You are now able to use fire spells and increase your skill in fire magic when gaining levels. Oh, so it's like an entire archetype, not just one spell. Also, yes, main character very much is cunning. Like, he would make a great tabletop player. The magic of fire? Huh. There is Fireball. I'll need to spellbook. Okay, so Fireball looks like it does 80 damage and costs a red essence. Which is pretty awesome, I will say. I should lock this in, actually. Okay, got a strong axe, got a strong fireball. Also, presumably casting magic doesn't require me to swap weapons, so like it's also kind of like closer to hand than like my bow and arrow is. Bit of a wind-up, but it works. do enjoy backstabbing people with fireballs. That was the wrong button. I have teleport back here, right next to cast fireball. Firebolt, I should say. I get the feeling that's gonna happen more than one time. Mistakes were made. This is fine. This for Dog Quest was? Dog Quest is off to the left here, I believe. There's a shop up there though, so I kinda wanna check that out first. Like, maybe there's, like, earmuffs, if it is, like, the yapping of the dog that was hurting me. Okay, cast Firebolt and not return home. My second light spear. There's just one goblin I can stunlock him in melee. I just need him to not be camping the ladder. Oh, speaking of camping, I started playing a little bit of Rain World earlier. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to do it on like stream or not, but like I played just a little bit to see what the game was like. And I fed the kitty, and I went into shelter, and you know, time passed, and then I came out from the shelter, and there were 2 lizards directly in front of the shelter. And there was no way around it. It was like, imagine like a room, and then there's like a little tunnel, and then there's like a tunnel to the shelter at the end of that tunnel. And like you can only exit the shelter from like one side. So like, I'm being deposited directly into the maws of 2 lizards, and there's literally nowhere else I can go, so I just had to turn the game off. Like, this is a problem for later, Ariel. Ooh, mace. Of Orc Slaying. It inflicts extra damage when used against orcs, but unless the modifier is greater than 2.0, it just loses out in raw potency to this axe. I will say though, Rain World, overall, I really enjoy like the vibe that it has. Like, it's kind of disgusting and difficult, but like, so is Noita, and I love Noita, and it kind of gives me that same Noita vibe. Potion of Ghost Shape. Like, not that I enjoy disgusting things, but more like... there's like beauty in the goop, if that makes sense. Am I going to die of being poisoned before my business is concluded? Bumblebee Tuna, Mihail's small customer. Bumblebee Tuna, Mihail's huge guy. Me name Ubuntu, great warrior of the Wachati tribe. Ubuntu is the name of a Linux distro. My name is Livingstone. What's an African warrior doing here? Great Chikaka sends Ubuntu to castle. I see. But you're a human, aren't you? You look like an African from my world. You're not human. Me great warrior of the Wachati tribe. Hey, that's a cool weapon collection you got there. Got any free samples? Ubuntu not gives. Ubuntu sells. Greetings, young stranger, and welcome. My name is Fedora, that's another Linux distro. And I am a high sorceress from Galiga. Wow, you're yummy. You're mistaken. I'm not edible. But I can sell you my magical items. Hey, do you want to knock boots? Okay, I think I can infer what the dialogue would have been if I'd left it on, like, 16 plus. I am not wearing boots. I mean, I really like to, get busy, you know? Well, if you have things to do, I do not wish to bother you. Come back when you have some time. Let's see. Firebolt, I've already got that one. Elemental Magic Staff, Red Magic Staff. 20% extra damage with fire, 3% crit chance with fire. 10% extra damage with both frost and fire, 2% extra damage with both frost and fire, so... if I'm going to be casting, I definitely want one of these. Red magic is more immediately specialized, elemental magic is probably going to be more useful down the line. That said, it's not all magic, so probably the best course of action is to get one that's like specialized, and then get like another specialized staff down the line. I've kind of been getting my butt kicked by damage, so investing in armor is probably wise. Unless I want robes. Armor's probably wise. I needn't concern myself with min-maxing on a first playthrough. I can also bonk things with the staff. Despite being long, it doesn't go quite as far as the spear. But that's okay. My health is a little bit low, so I should probably consider healing, especially since I did some, character progression stuff. I wonder if that defense is flat, and I'm just gonna have like 45 damage subtracted from all incoming melee now. That would be nice. Look at all these fireballs. It is very difficult. Ow. It is very difficult to see these bats. Like, I basically have to see their shadows flickering. Also, I don't remember the dog being this way, so it's probably not. But this is a warp point, so that's fine. You know what, I was going by on the map, seeing which rooms I hadn't been to yet. Silly me, I've been in the dog room, so that's not gonna get me to where it is. That's fine. You found it helpful to leave one on the torsion areas you wanted to return to? Oh, so that the icon would stay dim? I see the wisdom in this. Yeah, I also think that the dog is on the screen above this one. I also think I'm probably going to be poisoned to death. I really gotta look into getting some kind of like poison immunity. Or at least resistance. Or like maybe a spell that cures poison. I presume that free magic essence is for healing stuff. I look like a proper level 3 or 2 fighter showing up at the tavern for their first quest. Leather armor, a half-decent axe, an uncovered candle for my source of light. Okay, it is the yappy barking that's hurting me. I don't think I can make that jump. I wonder what damage type that is. Your flesh and belongings lose their solidity. Any common weapon will go through you as if you were not there. Their attacks will cause no harm. With regeneration, with this active, the wounds on my body are slowly healed. So maybe the regen potion can do something about that dog. I don't actually know how good the regen is. Let's find out, I suppose. Seems to be more or less offsetting it. Awesome. Here you go. Here's your doll. Thanks, mister. You're nice. Here, have my frog balloon. It likes to eat bugs. Globus frog. Half frog, half balloon. Uses its tongue to snatch small creatures like bats, bees, and small spiders. Oh, is this the thing that's gonna kill bats for me? That's actually exactly what I need. By the looks of... You've obtained your first pet. Pets follow and help you wherever you go. You can make them appear or disappear through the inventory or by using shortcuts. As other creatures, they can be hurt and they can even die. In the top panel, you can see your pet's health bar next to yours. If your pet is too injured, make it disappear by calling it back or changing to another one. When dismissed, it'll recover its health instantly. Every pet has a special way to help you, but doing so makes it tired and costs it some energy. A pet with no energy is too tired to help, so you'll have to let it recover. I see that the energy's going up, so presumably the energy goes down when it's in an area with things that are trying to hurt it. I'll put it on a shortcut so that I can hopefully dismiss it quickly. Also, there's gotta be a lamp in here that I forgot to light. Here we are. You can wear up to 8 rings. Whoa. So, fun fact, in D&D, I want to say that by default you can only wear 2 rings, but there's a next slot item that is essentially like a shriveled, mummified hand that you wear on like a string, and you can put a ring on that hand, and then you can like have a ring in your next slot through that item. And rings are so strong that that next slot item that basically just trades your next slot for a ring slot is one of the best necklaces in the game. I believe it's called the Hand of Glory. It's been a minute since I checked. Once again, I have hit teleport when I meant to hit fireball. These things happen. So how is that standing around and letting me stab you repeatedly in the face strategy working out for you? Not particularly well, I'd wager. Oh, thank you for the head pats, I appreciate them. Oh, I actually had whatever key that was. I did not think I did. That looks shiny. There's a vein of iron pyrite here. Pity it's not real gold. Oh. Imagine having 8 ring slots in Dark Souls. I would have 7 rings of favor and protection. And a wolf ring. This looks spherical. What's this pit? There are remains of eggshells everywhere, and some sort of device in the middle. What is this? We must be in the lair of the great Dynodon, and this device will awaken him. It is one of the guardians of my lord that took the shape of a worm. A worm? I've already squished lots of worms. Move forward, face him. You just have to activate the invoker. When your body is crushed, I will emerge, and the echo of my laughs will resonate around the castle. The echo of my laughs will resonate around the castle? Yeah, right. Still, looks like I have no other choice than facing the Guardian. Well, if it mangles me, the healing spirit can restore me, if I get back alive, of course. You have lit all lights in the mine. Yeah, I guess it's either go back to the entrance or do this. Oh, that is mildly horrifying. That is extremely horrifying. Oh no, my frog! My poor frog just got decimated. I hate you. I wonder how much of a pain it is to resuscitate my frog. Ow. And if perhaps it might not be easier to just take an else that isn't dead. Oh, I see the boss is a helper in the upper right corner. That's nice. And he's dead. Take that, Sarah. I killed it. Shy Hulud is mine. Well, I don't hear any laughter echoing. Fortune always favors the foolish. Into the sewer. You defeated the first guardian and obtained the key of the sewer. I wonder how unkillable I'd be with 8 blue tier stone ring. Pretty much exactly as unkillable as normal, because blue tier stone ring is, like, incredibly unhelpful. The problem with the blue tier stone ring is that it doesn't activate on the hit that brings you below 20%. So if you're at 21 and then you get punched for 21, you just die. Zoran spells Spark of Life Scrolls used for resurrecting a pet. Once you buy one, select the pet in the inventory, then select Resurrect. How expensive is that? I like how that guy's grand plan was to teleport 5 feet backwards and then stare at me in triumph. Spark of Life. Oh, that is steep. I could also get the Pilgrim Shell, but he's not actually that far away. So, like, this is more of a convenience item. And I don't think I really need the golden box item as long as I'm, like, exploring, so this is probably fine. What did it say to use this? Resurrect. that is the library. Oh, I love that it just pops the bats. That said, it's about to run out of energy, so I should probably put it away. Who'd have thought being killed takes it out of you? This is also key to the library. So I guess the library must be sort of like Minecraft app crafting recipe shaped. Like a U but upside down. Ooh. Scroll of melee protection. Ring of the warrior, that sounds more pertinent to me. Damage with swords. I'm kind of using an axe as my thing right now, so I'll keep that off my finger. Heat aura. I can see lots of papers and books, all of them written in old and strange languages. Okay, where might the sewer entrance be? I think left of Soren was also library. I guess there's north and south of the open gateway looking thing. To the gardens. Here we are. Presumably these are the sewers. That's a giant bow I had. I decline. And it poisoned me. How unkind. Should probably consider leaving. Poison sure is nasty in this game. Do I remember the aiming button? No. No, I do not. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, look, I remember what it is, I just forgot that it existed. I suppose stacking Havel Ring to fast roll and Havel Armor would be pretty dumb. So fun fact, the Darkwood Grain Ring originally kind of worked like that. It originally worked below 50% equip load, So functionally, you could just wear whatever armor you wanted, up to 50%, and then equip Darkwood Grain Ring, and it would take you all the way from medium roll to ninja flip. Then they nerfed that because what the heck? You can't have a semblance of game balance when there's objectively a best ring. Like, Favor and Protection's already kind of the best ring, but like it's offset by the fact that like you're committed to it once you're wearing it. Oh, maybe I have to have the pet out for its energy to come back. Just annihilated that bat. And my frog has been poisoned. And it's probably going to die of poison. This is fine. Yeah, Dark Souls 1.0 was a very different game. Just missing every summoning is instant heal. Right, I kind of forgot that part. However, I was also poisoned, so like... acting like it was for the sake of the frog, let me heal myself as well. Yeah, tab targeting seems to be not incredibly effective. I think it's because it was like going just barely out of my bubble of visible light. So I was like losing the target. Right, I guess I gotta go past the Moai. Or like maybe I gotta fight the Moai? Oh, Momoko. It's got a name. I presume that this is basically just a check to see if you got Fireball. Or like a lot of arrows. And it's that. And for my efforts, $16. Is this another trap thing? I salute you again, young adventurer. I hope you find the answers you seek. Hey, you still here? I thought you'd passed on to the next world. Before leaving, I wanted to thank you for what you did for me. However, I lack one thing. After my death, a minion of Harkonnen took a ring that has belonged to my family for generations. Although this room is empty, I feel the presence of this ring. I know it is here. It must be hidden somehow. If you find it, I will help you one more time. Well, I'll see what I can do, but I can't promise anything. It's in here, but hidden. I guess the idea here is just find it in the dark. Feel like I've been everywhere? I was just thinking, hold on, I think that, like, there's some space in the middle that hasn't been accounted for. Illusory wall, perhaps? Nah, couldn't be. That's crazy talk. My ring! It's been so long since I... Well, how do I give it back to you? You're like some sort of hologram. Can you hold it? It is not necessary to give it back. The ring itself is the aid I wanted to give you. I will charm it to give you some of the vitality that I had in life. Wow, thanks. I'll gladly wear it. By the way, have you remembered your name yet? I still do not remember my name, but I will seek it as I need a name in the next world. Well, good luck. See you later. I'm starting to like this spirit. Ah, he's just a reminiscence of a weak pilferer that dared to enter this fortress. Ring of Spirits. Plus 21 max health. We take those. Okay, so stuff that I'm using is flashing. And I can go over here now because I pulled the lever. Though I'm not able to get that coin, regrettably. Zira, may I ask you a question? You can, but don't expect an answer from me. I mean, technically you just did. Before, you told me that pure spirits are under Harkonnen's control, but I don't think that's true. In fact, I think that he abducted them. Abducted? How did you come to such an absurd accusation? Is it because they're in prisons that are chained up? You told me that the pure spirits are in those boxes to be isolated from the material world, and that they've been there for a long time. This is correct. So what are they doing here, locked away, when they could be free and happy in their own world? I mean, I don't think they chose to be in a prison rather than in their natural environment. So I think that, in truth, they are here against their will. As usual, your ignorance blinds your eyes from the truth. It's been hundreds of years since the great gods started their war. Many pure spirits were killed under the orders of rival gods. Those pure spirits that survived were hidden in this terrestrial world, far from the reach of the great gods. They're like refugees? Yes. One of the great gods created magic boxes of isolation, locked his pure spirits in them, and hid them in this castle with the hope to return them to their plane after the end of the Great War. So if one of these big gods finds out that they're here, he'll just have to destroy this castle, the boxes, and goodbye spirits, right? Not at all. The great gods can only control this terrestrial world through the creatures that live in it. They cannot act directly, but can communicate with mortals who follow their orders in exchange for power and wisdom. So the gods spend their time ordering people to come here and open the boxes, right? Right. And Harkonna, what's he doing here? Harkonna was chosen by the god who hid the pure spirits to keep this place safe from invaders. Wow, you must be pretty powerful to be chosen by a god. By the way, thanks for the answer you didn't want to give me. You tricked me again. So, assuming that Zeratul is truthful, which admittedly is a bold assumption, isn't Harnakon a good guy? Ooh, Wand of Frostbolt. Fire a bolt of ice, freezing the first victim that gets in its path. Too low to use this item. Age restriction decaps the riding? Seemed perfectly fine to me. I assume that he drops like 13 F-bombs over the course of that conversation otherwise. Key to the catacombs. Get axed in the face, nerd. Alright, we're gonna take a 5-minute break here. Please use this time to refill your beverage, go to the bathroom. Anything that would take you about 5 minutes. I will see you shortly. Your turn. I appear to have burst into flames. But it's okay. What's this bunch of rocks here? Some of them look like they've been carved. I want the shiny. Give me shiny. Another wand of Frostfall. Can't do anything with that. I could drop down there, but I'd rather my descent be controlled. I still think that like the piano bits in this theme song, this like BGM, it sounds like a Kingdom Hearts song. Like, it sounds like the theme that plays when Sora's, like, flying through space and, like, Xemnas is a battleship now. Which is showing latency next to the stream runtime now. Interesting. Whenever streamers don't have, like, the live chat feed, I can see that being super useful because, like, it helps me, like, better understand the cadence of conversation when it's like, oh, they're not... Like, they're not going to see, from my perspective, what I said to them until, like, 5 seconds from now. So it feels less like they're disregarding me. Not that they're obligated to regard me, just in general. The relative abundance of red magic essence definitely pleases me. I'm not entirely certain what I'm accomplishing in here, but worst case scenario, I've killed a lot of gross things, and the world's probably better off without. It also occurs to me that I should probably start checking more walls to see if they're, like, illusionary. All of this was for... Potion of slow poison. Okay, so it slows down the effect of poison. My thought was like, oh, does this inflict a poison debuff that ticks slowly? No, it's slow poison as a verb rather than slow poison as an adjective. English is fun. Another Wand of Frostbolt. I'm getting the impression that there's probably something coming up where if I don't have access to frost damage, I'm going to regret it. I simply get that vibe. Also, I guess these things get healed by poison. All yours, be gone. Yeah, I'm gonna have to teach Consultant the words that they're using to evade the current filters. My poor frog. This is fine. Oh, I see. Dismissing and resummoning them refills their health, but refills their health but depletes their energy. I get it now. Hey, money. Also, like, not to get more attention to it, but like, I like how they've changed their, like, pitch from, like, best viewers to AI viewers. It's like, why is everybody cramming the term AI into everything? Like, obviously it boosts sales because everybody's doing it, but, like, I kind of hate it. Granted, I just kind of hate everything LLM, like, related or adjacent, so... Yeah, no, I have no interest in buying view count. Like, setting aside that, like... You know, obviously you could get in trouble if you get caught doing it. Ooh, cube. Like, setting aside that you could get in trouble, it just... What's the point? It feels like cheating in a video game. Like an online one. It's like, oh yeah, your number is, like, higher than the other person's. It's like, okay, but, like, you didn't earn it. It's not substantial. If anybody, like, digs into it, your entire thing's gonna crumble. You're just inviting disaster. Anyway, a human here? How is this possible? I caught this human in the entrance of the castle. It was easy to possess his body. He barely resisted. You already know of such a weak and pitiful race? I visited their world a long time ago. I posed as one of their gods, and they gave me names like Poseidon and Neptune. Foolish humans. The great lord commanded me to come before you, pure spirit, so you could give me your knowledge. I will not give you the knowledge of blue magic unless you prove yourself worthy. You will show me your loyalty and respect. I yearn for the giant marble statues that used to ornament the temples dedicated to me, reflecting my greatness. Some statues were sculpted here, though they are inadequate mockeries of the ones that the humans created. Oh, do I have to go around and like collect those piles of shiny things that I was pointing out earlier? Shadow, rebuild one of my statues, and I will grant you my knowledge. You will have to collect pieces of a statue. You will find them hidden among common stone. You will recognize the pieces as they are made of the finest Guimerian marble. Sapphires, 2 beautiful sapphires, blue like the sea, took the place of the eyes. However, the crows that dwell in this place loved small shining objects and took them away. A coral crown. Some of the sea snakes that dwell in the depths of this castle found such a treasure, and now it is in their possession. You will have to get it from them. A trident. Finally, every statue wielded a trident made of ice. Goblins kept them stored in big chests with the hope of using them in battle. Blue magic essence. To unite the pieces, you will have to acquire the blue magic essence of 50 creatures. I also ask a favor. I cannot stand the fire creatures that dwell on this part of the castle. I desire that you kill at least 5 floating fire helmets. This man has a list of orders. Well, I know what I gotta do. I did also kill a fire helmet earlier, but I guess it didn't count. Luckily, these stone piles stop sparkling once I've gotten the finest Guimerian marble from them, so... Also, I like how it's specifically like great round sapphire, not like small sapphire. I presume that I'm going to need a refuse. I like how Dave's internal monologue, which I presume is what the quest log is, just is calling them Poseidon statue pieces. He's like, yeah, I know what it is. My health is a little bit low. That's fine, what could possibly go wrong? I think I'm discovering what could go wrong. I was reading the book too. This is fine. In fact, I think that actually healed me. I think I'm in a better position than I was like 30 seconds ago. Okay, so I'm up to 13 out of 20. And once again, I have burned to a pile of bones. And that sent me back further than I thought it would, not gonna lie. Had to grab the one dead center. Silly me. Can't go off to the right because there's a door in the way. I feel like that one ought not to have got me. Oh, I actually survived for once. I wasn't actually prepared for that. I was expecting to collapse into a pile of bone and ash once more. You new here. What you searching in sewer? Nothing special. I was just wandering around. In sewers grows herb that me need to make brew. My supply's almost gone, but sewer's dangerous. I need favor from brave stranger. What's in it for me? What is better reward than helping an old man? I'm starting to understand how things work in this castle. Of course, freebies aren't in fashion. Well, if you have nothing to offer me, I'm leaving. Wait, I have some coins. That's different. Okay. Well, that just happened. I can't actually hit that thing properly. But that's fine. See, invisible could come in handy, but I don't have potions leveled up. See, the dark could also be useful, but that's also kind of what torches are for. Speed is nice. Okay, robes are more of a magic caster, equivalent to armor, I see. In which case I'll probably end up going that route. And stronger staves. Fire breath. Fire ball. Also frost bolt, but I'll need to unlock frost magic for that. What have you got? the whole, magic just kind of seems more interesting, so I'm probably actually going to end up going that route. Oh god, it's like Rain World all over again. Leeches in water, no swimming. Like, what are these? Disgusting creatures. Are you going to burn to death, or do I need to convince you? Listen, Sarah, shadows like you, apart from seeing and hearing, do you have other senses? Other senses? Yeah, like taste, smell, and touch. I don't think you can taste because I can't imagine you licking something. Touch is impossible, as you're some sort of steam and you can't touch things. And you can't smell because I farted several times and you haven't complained. I have no use for these material senses. So you only have 2 senses? A bit limited for a superior being like you, don't you think? Lacking these proto-senses does not preclude my having more advanced ones. Really? Let's see it, Fox. What advanced senses do you have? Is he talking to me? Because... to start, I possess the sense of presence. I can sense the location of creatures and where objects are located without seeing them. So give me a hint sometimes, alright? Okay, what else? I possess the gift of orientation. I know at any moment my exact position in this castle. Lucky. I have to draw a map or I'd get lost. I also possess the gift of telepathy. I am able to receive commands without standing before my lord. Yeah? So you receive your orders at a distance, so you never see your boss? Never. Eh. Lots of people would like working without their boss turning up. Any other advanced senses? I can detect any source of magic and enchantments to know its type and its intensity, apart from its effects. Plus I'm able to detect... Okay, geez, I get it, you have more senses than I do. But I'll catch you with something else. Ooh, octopus creature. And it's dead. You know, dot stacking like that is simply only proper. Unless you can do the thing where, like, you essentially inoculate yourself from a nasty variant of something by giving yourself a weaker variant of it. That's always fun to do. We're almost halfway there. No. You tentacles. I don't seem able to target them for some reason. And in doubt, just start chopping, I suppose. I mean, I was looking down. That's weird. My Twitch ad thing just disappeared. There we go. Now it's back. Just had to turn it off and on again. Oh dear. No danger. Yeah, I basically just ended up in a kill box. That's not fun. Well, at least now I know that it's there. And there's a burn over there, speaking of things that are there. I should also head over there. I don't actually need to be using my sword here, just I can't put my axe out. Luckily, it does seem that the tentacles are relatively incapable of doing actual damage. If I ever get a leech on me in real life, I am going to want to amputate my whole entire body. I got a tick on me once, and it was one of the most disgusting things that I've ever experienced. Ooh, this sphere is blue. Spear of Soul Freeze. When you kill a creature, the spirit that inhabits this weapon briefly appears in the form of frost, causing additional cold damage. Damage 53, speed -2. It also requires investing in polearms, which I'm not entirely inclined to do. And my health is kind of low. And there's a gate just over there, but to get through it, I have to get through that the gank squad with the tentacles and the dragon thing, so... Perhaps I simply... accept that there's gonna be some locking involved. You would say one of the best weapons in the game is a polearm. Depending on the game, polearms do tend to be, like, among the best. Like, for example, we were talking about Dark Souls earlier. My #1 favorite weapon in Dark Souls that isn't like a boss weapon is a polearm. Like, it's an incredibly, incredibly solid category. But swords are cooler. I don't make the rules. But you can get the best of both worlds if you go for a bladed staff, which is distinct from a spear. They are not the same thing. Getting bullied by a water noodle. Yeah, so about that plan to like leave and come back with like full health doesn't quite appear to be working out the way I'd hoped it would. Yeah, they like start out at their highest potency and then they start like ticking down. That is good detail. I like that. Okay, so Assuming that the things that I kill along the way keep respawning. What would be the best way for me to get in deeper? Well, that was weird. Okay. Kinda like skated along the bottom of the screen for a second. It might be in my interest to just, go back and farm some red essence. So I can cast more fireballs. Or I suppose I could maybe like pick up some potion skill and like see if I can get like a recipe for healing. See if I can find a recipe for a healing potion. That could be another way around having limited health. Or I could just level up my health. But like every point in health is a point not in damage. So it's something of a hard sell. Quite where I died. I wonder if I went to the right, could I get down here from like a different angle? Like if I could drop directly into this room, that'd be nice. The beating was getting a little bit grating, I will admit. Yeah, what if I go to the right? I forget if there was something stopping me from doing that, so I'll try it. I just got my butt kicked by a helmet. Didn't even have a pauldron assisting, it was just a helmet. These things happen. And then I burnt to death because dots stack in this game. And I kind of forgot that. This would be much easier if I had the magic frost. Or I could just move like that. That would also work, I think. Greetings, young one. Are you coming for the cross dagger? Dagger? Yes, of course. You must be the chosen one, though in my dreams I saw you less pale. What must I do to obtain the dagger? The cross dagger of Ajanti is a knife forged in other worlds. Only a noble and altruistic soul can wield it. I am this noble and altruistic soul. I gave money to a beggar once, you know. I know. Unfortunately, I'm not as altruistic, so if you want me to reveal the secret to obtain the dagger, you'll have to pay me 100 coins. Again? What about 50? 80 coins, no less. 30 coins and... Hey, gross, is he picking his nose? Now he's wiping on his shirt. Come on, old one. Start talking. How can I get the knife? First of all, you must ask for it correctly. I want the knife. Alright. I'm going to obtain the knife. Please. I need the knife. Follow the path. At the end, you'll find the dagger of Ajanti. Take this glass of water and do not spill a drop. When you reach the dagger, your thinking must be as clear as this water. This water doesn't look very clear, eh? You know something? I think you've cheated me. Anyway, keep the coins, and get that booger off your jacket before it freezes and you scratch yourself. Glass full of water. Only a pure soul may wield the knife, and only a man with a narrow ass may go down this passage. Beware, there is no ground in front of you. Yeah, of course. In truth, there is a ground, but it looks like there isn't to scare whoever comes here, am I right? There's a ground, there's a ground. Watch, I'll drop a coin. Ah, there is no ground. There is no ground here. I presume that if I jump, I spill the water. Oh no, I guess I need the water to extinguish the fire. Not what I was thinking. We take those. Requires level 5 in daggers, 126 damage, that's even higher than the axe. 29% extra damage with arcane, I'm not sure if that's an element or if that just means all magic. When you kill a creature, the magic in this weapon activates for a while, causing additional magic damage. If arcane just means magic catch-all, that's ridiculously good, actually. Not sure if it's worth 5 levels in dagger, but it's very good. Oh, and I just can't talk to the guy anymore. Alright. I got scanned and the water wasn't needed. I kinda got that vibe. Well, I thought that, like, maybe the fire wouldn't disappear if I didn't drink the water. I only thought that after drinking the water. Before, I thought it would, like, throw the water on the flames. But that is unfortunate that I got scammed. Missing at least one light source. Oh, maybe I come in from the right. it occurs to me that if the dagger swings faster than this axe, setting aside the incredible base damage, is probably also like much higher DPS. If respecializing was slightly cheaper, I feel like I'd be more inclined to experiment. But the fact that it costs, like, what I can tell is like a very limited resource, or like what I think is a very limited resource, makes me hesitant. My points up at level 2, but like I'm only level 6, so like that's a full 1/6 of my progression just to use one weapon. And it's in a category that I'm not particularly enthused about, so like that feels not incredible. Granted, I could just kind of do whatever in the meantime, and then like once I lock down what I really want to do— ooh, hammer. Once I lock down what I really want to do, I might then respec to like a final build. There are options, and I'm not currently obligated to lock anything in. Gladius inflicts extra damage when used against orcs. I did put points into axes so I could use those axes, but that was kind of a first come first serve kind of deal. Weapons with damage against a species or racist weapon, the proper term for them is Bane. It's like that'd be an Orc Bane sword. Generally speaking, Bane weapons aren't usually worth the investment, but like, if you really dislike one thing in particular, you can just go for it. Crows love small shiny objects. Don't let them steal your rings. Yeah, I cast Frog. Ow. Sorry, I just bumped my knee. Yeah, I cannot see the crows very well. I think the crows had the coral crown that I was after. Or maybe it was the sapphires. I wanted something from the crows. Rude. I just lost. I think it was a ring that Oh, I lost my precise ring of the archer and my ring of the archer. That was my ring of spirits. That's one of the great round sapphires that I need. I will say, the crows plucking the ring clean off the finger is impressive and moderately terrifying. Luckily the frog seems to have opinions on them, so... So long as it has energy, this is fine. Hammer of Orc Slaying. Lots of anti-orc stuff around here. There's the other sapphire that I need. I don't think I can easily get to the upper left there. What key do I need for this? I don't need a key for this. Alright. That one crow, I want to see what... I want to see what that one crow will drop when it dies. Nothing. I just killed a crow for no reason. This is fine. You've lit a quarter of all the lights in the whole castle. Nice. Okay, if I can drop down from here, that'd be nice. It also occurs to me that I'd probably have more money if I sold some of this junk clog in my inventory. I just tend to be allergic to selling things in games, because, like, what if I need it more later? If I sell it, I don't have it anymore. I'm not a cat, I'm a fox. Yeah, gemstones, it did specifically say for, like, for money. I just mean, like, in general, because, like, I've got a bunch of, like, basic weapons that I'm probably not gonna use. Another frostbolt wand. Stranger, quick, I need your help. What's up? The forces of the Eternal Fire have captured Coldax. They're trying to melt him. Melt him? Who's Coldax? The last of the ice elementals in this castle. You must prevent his extinction. An ice elemental? Okay, where is he? What can I do? They took him through that door. He must be in there. They must be trying to kill him. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get him back. I'm also gonna need some blue magic essence to cast the freezing spells to heal him. I'll get back to you on that one. I have been frozen. Listen. I should go. And with that, we're going to call it there for the night. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it each and every time. Next scheduled stream is going to be on Sunday. The game is going to be Teardown. The next time that I'm playing Unepic in particular is going to be on Monday. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope to see you again. Good night.